Well, today I'm testing out the Nissan Armada, a full-size 3-row SUV. And full-size is a nice way to put it because gargantuan is probably a better way to describe this vehicle. But let's find out how it drives here on the Drive Guide. So the Nissan Armada has a 390 horsepower, naturally aspirated 5.6 litre V8. And this engine is able to pull up to 8,500 pounds. And I can only imagine it does it very well because this engine doesn't feel like it's being exercised by the weight alone of this tank. That's really the best way to describe this vehicle. It isn't a car, it's a tank. And with this tank, I find that the throttle is just a bit too sensitive. I find myself often trying to get off the line smoothly, but it's a bit too eager. The throttle is a bit too sensitive. With the size of this vehicle alone, I really am confident that if I were to go play bumper carts with a bus, I would be the one that would win. I can certainly understand the appeal of someone owning a big car like this. I mean, the bonnet is nearly as high as that entire height of that hatchback there. And it's utterly ridiculous, which is why when Nissan said, oh, come out to Vancouver, you can test out one of our cars. They gave me an option for a few cars, and I chose this one because it was the most unnecessary. Now, with the interior of this Armada, things are pretty good all around in terms of materials. You've got plenty of soft leather that you can interact with. The buttons feel nice with their motions. That's actually one of my favorite things, getting into a brand new car from a brand new manufacturer. This is the first Nissan product that I've ever reviewed. And so with that, I get to figure out what it is that each simple component feels like. The simple switchgear, the act of just using the indicator. I love experiencing that for the first time. Now, when it comes to the driving experience, there are a few things I'm not so fond on with this car. Like I mentioned, I think the throttle is a bit too sensitive, but another problem I have is the steering. It is so light that I thoroughly have no idea what the front wheels are doing. It's way too overboosted. Of course, that makes it easy to drive. It doesn't feel like you are shifting around a vehicle that weighs over 3 tons. But still, like that, I took the corner too tight because I had absolutely no idea what the front wheels were doing. If you are someone that is 6'4" like me, I can promise you that you are going to have a lot of space in this car. I have acres of headroom. I've got so much room around here, and I could put the seat further back if I wanted to, but I don't have the need to. And with that second row seats, they're probably even more spacious than the front row. If you try to get into the third row though, you would probably have a few issues, as this is the top of the line Platinum Reserve and Nissan doesn't want you to forget it, with the logo embossed in each of the individual seats as well as here on the center console. Actually, before I move on, the center consoles are big enough to swallow a medium-sized moon. It is outrageous. The ride comfort is pretty good too. You do have 20-inch rims in this car. Oh, it's the fire brigade. What's going on here? Check out my review of one of those things. I had good fun with that. So you do get a lot of equipment with this Armada. You have a heated steering wheel, heated and ventilated front seats. The second row seats are heated as well. You've got an 8-inch touchscreen. You have all the safety tech that you would expect, like lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, blind spot warning. But the best piece of tech, without question, is this. How cool is that? And it's not only cool, it's incredibly useful as well. Let's say you do have 7 or 8 people in the car, and so you've got all these heads that are blocking your rear view. You can flip that up, and with that, you don't have to look at them at all. You can just use the rear view camera to look straight onto the road behind. It's a great feature. I wish more cars had it. This Platinum Reserve also has that rear seat entertainment as well. But there's a few things that are missing that I'm not so keen on. For one, you don't have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto with this system, and you don't have a heads-up unit either. There are a few too many buttons, I think, going on here. You've got this black plastic in the background that's then got these sort of grey-ish plastic buttons over it. There's just a few too many. I'm not so crazy about it. The touch screen isn't the best, and I do think there's a few too many buttons below it to really comprehend exactly what's going on. One thing that is surprisingly good with this car is visibility, but the problem is there's so much space between you and the D-pillar that you have so much information to intake that you have to really look behind you for a while to make sure that every window doesn't have something in them. It is a massive vehicle. This is the first car that I've ever reviewed that I've actually had issues parking. Automatic parking feature would certainly be good for perpendicular parking spaces, because if you drive in perfectly in between the lines, you still rarely have enough room to get out comfortably. The exterior styling, I do think it looks good. My favorite feature of the exterior, though, is that chrome strip that starts just below the wing mirror, then wraps all the way around the glass, over the top of the windscreen, and then back around the other side as well. I think that's a really nice touch. So if you're looking for a full-size SUV, the Nissan Armada will deliver in power, presence, comfort, and size. And that is the purpose of this kind of vehicle, which has got me scratching my head in terms of what the purpose of the Infiniti QX80 is for. It's based on the exact same platform, it comes with a slightly more powerful engine, the interior is largely the same, and in my opinion, it comes with a better looking exterior, but the starting price of that car is where this Platinum Reserve ends. And for me, I don't think you should look at this Nissan as the budget alternative to that QX80, but entirely everything that car is without the badge. So that's everything from me. Thank you so much for taking the time to watching this video. I hope you can like, share, and subscribe, and I hope to see you again on the Drive Guide.